This video aims to teach you how centralised systems work in the context of enterprise resource planners, otherwise known as ERP systems. ERP systems combine all manner of systems into one single product. Not only does this aid in business efficiency, it can also help to reduce software expenses and improve customer experiences. So what is ERP? Traditionally, ERP systems come in the form as SAP and Oracle. These systems integrate all business system areas into one centralized system. For example, inventory and sales systems can all have their features handled by one system, as opposed to two or more separate systems. ERP systems resemble a large interconnected network in which everybody speaks to everybody. All the information is then shared out. Let's go through a scenario. So traditionally, an order is placed by a customer, which is then stored in the ordering system, a sales system, as well as a manufacturing system, then interface with the ordering system to retrieve the order details. Once the product has been manufactured, an additional distribution system then interfaces to determine if the product is then ready for delivery. This method is slow, as it requires multiple systems to interface with each other. In modern ERP-oriented businesses, an order is placed and stored in a central data repository. This means that all ERP business areas can see the data all at once. In context, this means that manufacture can start instantly and the subsequent distribution methods can be organised preemptively. This therefore is a far more efficient method and reduces overall wait time for customers. But what is a centralised database? A centralised database stores data in one central location, as opposed to multiple, perhaps different versions of the same data in different locations. This may be detrimental to version control, as multiple versions of the same data may exist and may be modified in different ways. Centralised systems have version control built in, as files are updated automatically or are locked out for editing by different ERP areas. When databases need updates, centralised systems implement these globally, as there is only one main database site, whereas distributed systems require updates to be completed on a site-by-site basis, which could cause errors. So why is centralisation faster? So the diagrams here show how far data has to travel in both a centralised system on the left and a distributed system on the right. This then impacts on the overall speed that data is transferred and ultimately how long a customer has to wait for the product to arrive in a product ordering scenario. In the right diagram, a distributed system, you can see that the data has to travel through multiple points. Whilst this may be the shortest possible path, it is far inferior to the method used in a centralised system. The diagram clearly shows that the data only travels through one point, the central database. So when is ERP required? What are the key indicators that a business can benefit from a centralised ERP system? There are many systems used to process data from different business areas. Information may also need to be translated to be read by another system in a different department. This can then cause substantial delays and may not be automated, thus requiring mundane jobs to be performed by employees, which could reduce morale as well as increasing staff overhead. As information may be stored in different locations, it may be difficult to access. If the file is successfully found, you must then also determine if it is the latest version by checking with all other documents in different locations. Customers may also then be affected. It may take customer service agents longer to find information that may be readily available due to having to access multiple systems just to find one small piece of information. And finally, large sums of business overhead may be used for software licensing unnecessarily. By using an ERP system, one license would be needed. The license would be of a higher cost, but the uses and advantages far outweigh that higher cost. If all license costs are added up as well as the time lost, the ERP system provides far better value for money. Now, how can cloud help with ERP systems? So, cloud computing has many benefits over purchasing and maintaining hardware in-house. The initial cost of in-house hardware and subsequent maintenance comes at a great cost for very little gain, both financially and in terms of efficiency. When a cloud computing system is subscribed to, the host pays the cost for the maintenance, the hardware, and the energy required to run the systems. Cloud computing systems are vastly adaptable to ever-changing businesses and needs as a business grows or if it shrinks. Therefore, the costs are constantly changing with the number of machines required by a business customer. Therefore, money is not wasted. Working worldwide is also far simpler, as employees can just connect to a web portal or a VPN to access all the same systems that they could access in an office environment. For time-critical use cases, cloud packages offer very short startup times. This is because you tell the host, such as AWS, what is required, and they simply spin up a server with all the required components. No longer is there a wait for physical hardware to arrive and for the software to be installed and subsequently configured. So to conclude, ERP systems are an essential part of businesses that still work in a traditional method with multiple systems that interface to perform one shared task. This decreases waiting times and improves the customer experience as actions can be performed far faster and to a far higher degree of accuracy as the key points of ERP centralized systems are integrity, accuracy and productivity. I hope this video has been very informative onto how and why ERP systems should be and can be used in business use cases. Thank you.